You talk about the uncertainty. One of the things that pains me right now is, I'm on the phone with clients every day, and they all basically ask, what do you think is going to happen? It's like, I don't know. Unfortunately, normally, people come to us because we give advice and our thoughts on things, and I give my thoughts. But we're in uncharted territory. So as much as it pains me, I just keep telling clients, like, listen, I don't know. I can tell you what's happened so far, and I can tell you kind of rough range of things that might happen, but I just don't know. I don't have
I
an
don't
answer
either.
for
And
you.
in fact, I like to make predictions over time, but obviously I've been changing you corrected me. I didn't think from the beginning that this was going to be so serious. You and I placed a bet online on video.
On
by
the
way.
video. You can go back. It was
about
when
a
did
month
we record
ago.
that? That was in February.
February
sometime.
27th. It was the end of February where.
But this is the craziest thing. You talk about exponential growth. So our bet, if you didn't see it, was at the time I think the U.S. had like 50 cases or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just starting. And I bet you it was. Oh, I remember it was February 27th because I bet you that by March 27th, exactly a month, that the U.S. would have over 1,000 cases, and that was our bet. And you took it, and you were wrong. But even I was wrong because I said okay, and I was being like conservative, but I said, okay, let's say 1,000 cases. Because at the time, remember, we had like 50. It seemed
we have 50, but really 35 or something of those were in a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So 15 were the ones in Washington, which is the only state.
So even though I was right in the bet, I was so wrong.
Grossly underestimated.
On the underestimated side, because by March 27th, we didn't have 1,000. We had 100,000 cases.
Yeah. So the thing is that, I've been making predictions, and I still make predictions all the time, but people say, oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago you said this. It's just, I have more data now. I have more information. I have more, I know more what the government is doing to prevent it, what the different governors are doing, what we are acting. They promise these things and they don't have it yet, or they're acting with this over part. So, information changes over time, and there's nothing wrong with changing your projections. Now, I still remain optimistic that this is going to end. When? I don't know. But I think right now, my prediction is that the summer will be better. Now, it's not going to be like we're going to go like all of a sudden like, okay, this movie's over, everybody get out of the theater. No, it's not like that. It's going to be slowly like opening the gates a little bit and saying, okay, we're going to relax the rules here, let people go out, maybe we'll still gather, don't allow gatherings of more than 10, 15, 50, 200, expanding like that, see how things progress, because it's so new that we don't even know if people can be positive again after overcoming the virus, or obviously there's no vaccine yet, it's not going to be around for
That's a
years.
good thing, good topic that I wanted to mention that I have no idea, but the thing is, like, okay, everybody talks about flattening the curve. And the idea is that everyone's going to get it, but we just need to make sure, or not everyone, but a ton of people are going to get it. So we need to make sure that it doesn't happen all at once and it happens over a longer period of time.
This is good coffee, by the way.
Yeah. What's the brand name? Oh my gosh, I feel bad. I should shout them out. Anyways, we'll put
True Coffee or something? Or?
It's I forget.
It's a startup.
I just ordered it. And,
I know.
I made some before the show because I wanted it.
It's
to give
good.
it a
It's
shot.
good taste. Yeah.
We'll give him a shout out next week. I promise. That reminds me of another D2C that I needed to review. I'll give it in a second. Tushy that I mentioned a few weeks ago.
Oh,
The
yeah,
bidet.
yeah.
Because there's
Okay,
toilet
make a
paper
note then.
shortages.
Yeah.
All right, too many things going on. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
Oh my God, you've got.
The flattening the curve. So, okay, let's say we get to the point where everything's shut down and then things start, basically the new cases per day start going down and we have more recoveries. And let's say by May, June, that starts happening, right? But does that mean we just open everything back up? Because then people are going to just get sick again.
Right.
So at one point, like, are we talking about, because the reason I say this is because I have a little bit of insider information on the Amazon side of things, because Amazon is not stupid and they have their projections as their own internal projections for the virus. And I have internal connections at Amazon, and they don't think, because I was asking on the business side, because for those who don't know, FBA, which is what basically allows products to be prime, is shut down for non-essential items. And when I was talking, he said it might be till Q3, Q4 that we basically reopen FBA, and that the internal team at Amazon is thinking that this is going to last for another at least quarter, 3-4 months.
Well, we need to define this. Like you said, this is going to last. And this is, again, the information that we have. And I will get it
as far as when, my
into the
question
sources
is,
and everything later. But
when do things open up to the public as far as, like, okay, people just are normally going to restaurants again, movie theaters, physical retail, things like that. When does that reopen back to normal again?
Two things, two key pieces of data or factors there. One is testing.
Yeah.
And number two is the number of emergency cases. Basically, what is killing the system right now is, again, the curve is so high that the emergency rooms and the intensive care units, the ICUs, are overwhelmed. And that comes with not enough ventilators or respirators or masks and all the equipment that is needed, because they are not used to this huge flow of people coming at the same time. So that's one of the factors. So the other thing, obviously, the testing. The more testing we have, obviously, we're going to have more confirmed cases. That's fine. We just have people there that are asymptomatic, but then if you do a test, they will show that they have the virus. And they are working on, like, I may have it. I doubt it, but I mean, I haven't been anywhere. But I may have it, have no symptoms, and then I go around, talk to somebody, and then I give it to them. So when testing becomes more available and the testing is faster, which apparently now there's a test that is starting to be distributed that is like a 5 to 15 minute test. 5 minutes to let you know if you have it, if you're positive. And it could take up to 15 minutes to be negative, to double test or double check that you're negative. But anyways, when you have these rapid tests, then I wouldn't be surprised if you start going out to restaurants or public places, airplanes or whatever, and they test it. They say, we want to make sure that you're not infected. I mean, there was already places when we started having this quarantine thing, they were actually taking people's body temperature and everything to make sure they don't have a fever or anything.
I think in Korea and Taiwan and some other countries, they're literally giving you like wristbands or things like that you, if you're tested and you're clear, that you can wear this wristband and go out and be fine. So maybe we'll do something like that.
And people that are either they overcome the virus and they become basically immune, if that is proven that to be the case. And then if you are tested and you are negative, then they start relaxing the quarantine rules for those people that can go out. And then you are surrounded in a restaurant by people that are, negative and other stuff. So like I said, it's not going to be, it doesn't seem like it's going to be like, oh, we're all clear. It's going to be little by little relaxing the rules. Just like now, actually, we're not imposing like a full lockdown altogether. We're just going depending on the cases. Some states are more serious than others, and they're kind of leaving the governors to make those decisions in the city stuff. But I think it's going to be the same thing. So normal to the way we were before, it's going to take a while. Now, the rules are starting to relax and allowing hotels to start opening and restaurants to go opening, because one thing that we cannot have forever is business shut down. I mean, that's just not going to work, because then you get into other issues, and there's also psychological issues and not economic issues. I mean, people lose their jobs to start quarantine forever. I mean, that's just no way to life, and people start rebelling themselves and saying, fuck it, I'm just going out, So you don't want to get into that situation. But as soon as we start flattening this curve, things will get better, and it'll be slowly, like you said. I mean, Amazon, I'm not sure about your sources, and FBA is basically the ability to ship. I just think
it's a good reference point, because these guys you talk about skin in the game. Amazon has ultimate skin in the game. They benefit from having prime shipping available for all these products, but they just can't do it.
Right.
And so for them, they have their own internal models. And they're looking at, basically, they think that it's going to be multiple more months of this.
Right.
That,
but keep in mind that
people who think that this is going to, like, life's going to be back to normal in June, I think are just
no, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. I mean, it may start coming back to normal, like in May, but very slowly. It depends. It depends on the cases. But like, if you consider normal what we had like 2 months ago or after New Year's, no, that's going to take a while. Now, you consider the new normal, like, okay, we're going to keep a little social distance. We're going to keep a little relaxation. We maybe not allow gatherings or large groups. Maybe we have more testing and we can have more people that are tested negative to kind of start going around with their lives. People go back to work in a more controlled environment. Again, I hate this comparison with the flu, even though I used to do that. But because this is unknown, Everybody gets the flu, and we control it, and it kills 60,000 persons a year.
Yeah, but the difference is the flu doesn't
Is
hospitalize
exactly
anywhere near the rate that this does.
exactly
That's the big difference.
No, it doesn't do it.
And it doesn't kill obviously either. But
Well, it does, but it
no, I mean it
kills
doesn't kill at
60,000.
the same rate though.
Well, the difference is
Because
that
it kills 60,000, but keep in mind, I think they say that 70 million Americans get the flu every year.
right.
So it only kills 60,000 out of the 70 million.
Well,
if
but
70 million people got coronavirus, way more than 60,000 would
No,
die.
of course, but the thing is that now we're very familiar with flu. We expect it every year.
Right, it's a known unknown.
Exactly.
Whereas that's what I was saying when we had our debates, was
right.
that the coronavirus is an unknown.
Exactly. But then
and we know more now, but we still don't know
that's the
yet.
point. That's the point. That in 6 months, if this started like in February, and you add up to like as the summer approaches, we'll have 6 months. We'll have much more data. We'll have much more research. All the major pharmaceutical companies are coming out with different short-term solutions, mid-term solutions, long-term vaccinations, all that stuff. So eventually it will become part of like the flu vaccine. It'll be actually incorporated, and then every year people just, I mean, like I said last time, I mean, H1N1 is still killing people and affecting people. It was a big pandemic also in 2009, and it killed and affected a lot of people. It was actually deadlier than this one. Not so infectious, but it was deadlier.
Well, you know what's funny?
But the thing, 1 second, but the thing is that now we're familiar with it, and we know about it, and we have solutions for it. So it's just a matter of controlling the tsunami that we have now. So it's just a little bit of a surf, and we control it, and we control it.